Pictoblox is a Scratch 3.0 based graphical programming software that is ideal companion for setting the first step into the world of programming. Its user-friendly interface and drag and drop functionality eliminates the need to memorize syntax that is the case in a traditional programming language, and oftentimes scares children and makes them hesitant. As a result, they only require to focus on the problem at hand and develop skills such as logical reasoning and problem solving. They must have skills in today's technology driven world. It's quite easy to install Pictoblox. You want to install Pictoblox, just choose the appropriate operating system. If you are using Windows, Mac OS or Linux, and follow the steps below. For Windows and Android, just first of all, you have to just download your Pictoblox installer for Windows 7 and above. From you can see the address below. Okay, then of course, step 2 is for you to run the exe file. Step 3 is to rest of the installation. Straightforward. The rest of the installation is quite straightforward. From step 3 and above, you can just follow the prompt as it comes on. For Android installation is quite easy. Just go to your Google Play Store and install. Let's just look at a brief surrounding. Let's look at the platform. It looks like if you are using a window, this is what you see when you open the software known as Pictoblox. You see different scripting areas. On the left hand side, you see the blocks, which are like puzzle pieces, shapes used to write script. Then at the midpoint, you see the stage, the area where the sprite perform actions based on the script. You have the stage mode, of course, where you write the script for the sprites and boards to interact with them in real time. So, of course, you have the upload button there. So this is just how the interface looks like when you open your Pictoblox software. Then, of course, if you are using an Android, this is what you see once you successfully download the Pictoblox software. That's how it looks like. Okay, so now let's see if we're still exploring the environment. If it's an Android device you're using, you can see the blocks, or what we call the palette, on the left hand side. If you look closely on the left hand side, let me see if I can put my cursor there. We can see the motion palette. This way you bring out the motion palette. You want your sprite. What we call sprite is maybe a cartoon character, animated character, a robot, a bird, whatever it is that you want to perform a specific task. So what you just do is to come to the motion palette. You want it to move around, you want it to turn right, turn left. So you just come to this place and you're able to do that. Here you have the looks. On the looks, you can change the costume of your sprite or a character that you want to program to perform a specific task. Then you have the sound palette here. When you click on it, you see different sounds. You can choose from whatever sound you want. Then of course you have the event palette. Here you can give specific control your task to your character or sprite. Okay, then of course the control palette controls the character in terms of how often you want it to perform the task. You want to perform it over a few number of times, or you want it to continue to perform the task, and so on. Of course, if you look at this area here where you have my cursor, that's where you have your extensions. A whole lot of things that you can do with Pictoblox, like artificial intelligence, motion detection, and the rest of it. Once you click on that, you'll be able to see that aspect of it. Okay, so like I was saying, Pictoblox is just like Scratch, has the following basic elements. You have the sprite, you have the stage, you have the blocks, and you have the script. So what is sprite? The sprite is just an object or a character which performs different actions in the project. It understands and obeys instructions given to it. Coding is about giving instructions to a computer, to animated character in order to perform a specific task. So the sprite is just an object or a character which performs different actions in the project. It understands and obeys the functions given to it. The bear you see in the image is a sprite. If you look at Pictoblox, you see a bear image in as 2B. That's a sprite. So here will be your coding body in Pictoblox. A sprite has costumes, which are one of many appearances of sprites. Some sprites have multiple costumes, and you'll be able to use blocks to perform these actions. What's the stage? The stage is the area where the sprite performs actions according to your program. I introduced it earlier on. I showed you where the stage is. The stage has its own script and sound. You can decorate the stage using images. So images are called backdrops. You can choose a backdrop from Pictoblox, inbuilt library, paint on yourself, upload an image from your computer, even click pictures. So just whatever you want to use as your backdrop, you can actually get those that are already inbuilt in the software, or you can import these images. A script. Okay, so what's a script? A script is a program or a code in Pictoblox or Scratch Lingo. A set of blocks that are arranged below one another in a specific order to perform a task or a series of tasks. You can write multiple scripts, all of which can then run simultaneously. You can write the script only in the scripting area, which is in the center of the screen. I've shown you that previously. So a block is like a jigsaw puzzle piece that's used to write programs by simply dragging and dropping them below one another in the scripting area. Using blocks to write code eliminates the errors that might occur while writing codes in traditional programming languages. Okay. Now we know what the block palettes are. I've mentioned that previously. So just under the code tab, so different palettes such as motion, sound, control, and the rest of you. So modes. Pictoblox actually has two modes. Have the stage mode, have the upload mode. I think I mentioned that previously when I was talking about when I was showing you the images and what you see when you open your software. So I'll just read out the script for you. If you are watching, you may want to try and perform a task yourself. So after you've done installing, you've done the exploration like I said. So let's just see how we can write a script to make Toby, which is the bear character that you see on Pictoblox. Let's see how we can make Toby to be able to perform a specific task. So how do you go about that? So first and foremost, you just go to the motion palette. You can see my screen. Go to the motion palette and drag and drop. Move steps block in the scripting area. So you just can see that block there. So just move one of them. The figures already written in there. You can always change that according to the distance you want your sprite to be able to cover. So once you're done with that, to make Toby continuously move, we're going to use the forever block. Okay, forever block. If you go to control palette, you'll be able to see the forever block there. Just open the control palette and drag and drop forever block around the block from the event palette, and drag and drop the when flat click. So go to the event palette and you'll be able to see that function there. Now it's very important to know this. If you look at the screen, you see there's a block there written on it is if on edge bounce. Now if you don't add this to your character, what's going to happen is that your character will just completely walk off the stage and will never be found again. So you don't want that to happen. You want your character to walk to one edge of the stage and come back. You'll be able to see your character wherever it's going. So you need to add that to the script you are writing. You will notice that once you do that, you notice that your sprite will be able to get to one side of the stage and then come back to. So another block you like to add is the set rotation style. Yes, of course, you want the character to move from one side of the stage to the other. It's very important. It's very important to add that. Okay, so you need to use some delay. You want to delay, maybe you want to delay your sprites. Then you need a block waiting wait. Okay, so it depends on the duration you want the sprite or character to wait. You can always use the under the event. You see the wait block there. Then the hard block is a block with a bump at the top and is used to start the script based on a predefined condition. So go to the event palette, drag and drop the when flat click. That's the hard block. Okay, it's found under the event palette. So once you use that, you'll be able to control how the sprite starts the script that you have written. Okay, so once you click on the green flag, you see your character moving. Okay, so that's how it goes. So at this junction, I want to believe that if you're following me, your script should look like this. Okay, your scripting area, your block coding should actually look like this by now. Okay, I expect it to look like this by now. This is how it should look like. So now you want this character, you want the character on the stage to move. You just click on this green flag here. Once you click it, all this coding, all these blocks, okay, all these are all tasks. You see that your character will begin to carry out this task. Okay, so from there you can actually do manual the switches the way you want. You can add your own blocks, you can add your own motion, you can tinker with whatever I have presented to you. You can switch costume. So then it's just a gradual process. You keep doing it until you get very familiar with the platform. So I just want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Kids Tech Academy, as we are going to be doing a lot of projects together. If you have questions, you can just drop them at the comment section. In conclusion, in this tutorial you learned about Pictoblox.